When you reach 4 million galactic power in Star Wars Galaxy of Heroes, you enter a new phase of the game. You've opened up hard conquest for yourself, which opens you up to all of the conquest and proving grounds characters. And I want to look at what your roster starts to look like as you move to 4 million. And before anybody judges here, looks at, oh, that character doesn't work, this character is much more effective. Hey, a big part of being at 4 million galactic power in Star Wars Galaxy of Heroes is you've still got a long way to go. Your roster is still pretty thin. So I want you guys who are end gamers, take a step back and realize as we talk about these teams that people need to develop at 4 million, we may not have some of those end game teams that you see as incredibly effective in Grand Arena or Territory Wars, or even maybe even for Territory Battles, possibly. But I want you to keep in mind that we're trying to find folks, teams that have a big return on investment, teams that bring you rewards, teams that lead to other big farms in the game, teams that will give you more assault battle action. So here it is, 10 teams that everybody should be looking at farming after you get to 4 million galactic power, although I'm not precluding you from doing it before you get to 4 million galactic power in Star Wars Galaxy of Heroes. Let's start here with kind of like a simple one that you may have already farmed up most of these characters. Marin is the more difficult one to farm up there in Fleet Nodes, and she also requires Chirotex. But the rest of this Night Sister team is an old team that does not require a ton of Chirotex to upgrade. And the biggest reason you want to farm the Night Sisters is so that you can max out the Secrets and Shadows assault battle. You've probably previous to this point, when you're under 4 million galactic power, you've been working on this with your Phoenix, maybe a lower geared Night Sister team, getting through Challenge Tier 1, maybe Challenge Tier 2. Secrets and Shadows is really the hardest assault battle to master and max out. So I just want to encourage you guys that when you get to 4 million galactic power and you've got your roster filling out, the Night Sisters are a really great team to start working on after 4 million galactic power. Not only that, but they've got a lot of uses in Grand Arena, and Omicron in there for Asajj is okay. Omicron's for Marin that are great. And they can, even in the right situation, take out a Jabba, or at least whittle off all of the support and side stuff for Jabba so you get just him left. So I'm looking at Night Sisters being a simple, direct, great team to farm after you've hit 4 million galactic power. Well, some of you guys are going to do it before, but most people aren't going to do this team all maxed out before 4 million galactic power. And next up, let's take a look at your boy Starkiller. He's going to come out and kill Galactic Legends for you, or maybe even if you get him early enough, he can do some work on defense. I don't see him as a great defensive character, though. Like, teams like CLS can in the right situation, take out Starkiller, or even for 3v3, I've done Wampa before when the mods are bad, when my mods are way better than theirs. But Starkiller is a team that you really, really need to be looking at if you don't have him yet at 4 million galactic power. And let's pull up an old classic video from Skelturix here, looking at Starkiller taking on Rey. Now, this is a classic Rey team. A lot of times now in Grand Arena, you're going to see Rey out there with Ezra if they don't have Ahsoka, and that Ezra kind of nullifies Starkiller, but that doesn't take away from his importance at all. Starkiller is a team with his full team in place, with his Omicrons in place. Starkiller does damage against multiple Galactic Legends. He can take out all sorts of teams for you in Grand Arena. This guy is great, and if you get that Juhani Omicron for Territory Battles, you've got equally lots of great stuff going on in Territory Battles as well. Even without it, he's a difficult find, or a difficult team to overcome in Territory Battles. So Starkiller, really, really important team for you to have when you get above 4 million galactic power. And next, of course, we are looking at our Inquisitors. If you are in a guild that's doing Rise of the Empire Territory Battles, most likely your guild is looking to do the Reva mission as soon as possible. And if you've got to do the Reva mission, you've got to have the Grand Inquisitor and the other Inquisitors at Relic 7 on your squad. This is an important team as you move into the mid to late game of Star Wars Galaxy Heroes. If you haven't targeted the Inquisitors or bought the Lightspeed bundle early on in the game, when you get to 4 million galactic power, let's get on that. And this is me. By the way, that's Beaver's Guide. I believe that's Beaver's Guide, right? Or is it Phil's? It's either Fat Phil or Beaver's Guide. I'm using their stuff to get through. This is back when I first unlocked Grand Inquisitor, and I was going for that Reva mission the very first time. The Grand Inquisitor journey is a difficult one. This Reva mission is a difficult one the very first time you do it. Once you get the hang of it, though, not all, you know, it'll work for you. So anyway, I'm kind of famous in this game for not getting my Inquisitors on time. I am not the best and most reliable source for Inquisitors. I can't take all the credit for it. Again, this is not my... I really think this is Beaver's guide. Somebody tell me in comments if this is Beaver or Fat Phil. One of the two made this guide for sure. So use their stuff. You can use the video I made here, but borrowing their information. We did get through that Reva mission the first time. Once you get used to it once or twice, you're good to go. Guys, the Inquisitors are really important, and then you're going to get the Scythe on your Empire fleet as well. Get the Inquisitors on your roster above 4 million to make your guild happy and go get those Reva shards for your guild. Now let's talk about our first conquest / proving grounds character, Darth Bane. And it's going to be difficult for me. I probably need to go out there and pull up a bunch of Darth Bane footage and just make like a compilation of Darth Bane killing everything in Star Wars Galaxy Heroes. The guy is a monster. And yeah, if you're at 4 million galactic power and you're doing proving grounds, these characters are not fast to unlock unless you're buying the conquest bundle. They can be a little faster at that point. But I just can't emphasize enough. The sooner you get Darth Bane on your roster, the faster you start doing ridiculous things, like taking out Leia Organa, like taking out Jabba, like taking out Lord Vader, like taking out Rey, he just slaughters galactic legends. I think he might even beat Ahsoka. The guy is ridiculous. The guy is ridiculous. He is actually the most overtuned character in this game. And I'm going back there to check, like, I couldn't believe the amount of damage he was doing, so I'm back there to watch the damage. So the faster you can get Darth Bane on your roster, if you've got some crystals to spend, the better off you're going to be. Darth Bane is an absolute Grand Arena menace, and he even performs in other modes as well when you get him out there Sith Eternal Emperor. He's just a really great character in this game. Watch the damage, 534,000. Wow. And coming up next, boys and girls, you know I love him. You know you love him. The Darth Traya team, the Sith Triumvirate with Savage Opress thrown in there, and then a fifth Sith to fill that fifth Sith spot. Darth Talon is the general go-to. I will tell you, Darth Vader does a lot of work in that spot. If you can put Darth Vader in there, I've beaten Jedi Master Luke teams with Darth Vader in there if really handily. He does so much damage. And this is the team that got done for me, like I mentioned. This was just Traya, Savage, 3v3 with Darth Vader in there instead of Nihilus. Nihilus could do really well in here as well, but Darth Vader just does more damage. You know, and you can't annihilate a galactic legend. But regardless, Traya is so good on offense. I got held up on defense against her like a couple Grand Arenas ago. She does really good stuff in Grand Arena for you. Other game modes, not as much, although I think she does the proving grounds for TIE Interceptor, if I remember right. So Traya and Nihilus and Scion and Savage, a team that if you have not gotten on your roster and relicked them up by the time you get to 4 million galactic power, it's time to invest, time to step back, put that team down, get their Omicrons, and make this team work for you today. Let me fast forward here to them taking out Luke. Yeah, there's that victory. Ready? Here we go. It's Darth Vader, guys. It's Darth Vader. Watch him do this here. There's Traya. I think it's a Vader basic, if I remember this right. And I know he's in red, but still. Bam. Oh, it didn't work. Anyway, it's coming up, I promise. How much more time we got? Not much more time. There we go. Yes, Merciless Massacre basic. Yes, that's much better. A Merciless Massacre basic is better than a regular basic. Boys and girls, have you filled your gas hole? If you're at 4 million galactic power in Star Wars Galaxy of Heroes, you most likely have a gas hole. Now, some of you have filled that gas hole early with Lightspeed bundles, a gas Lightspeed bundle, a Lord Vader Lightspeed bundle. You're farming Lord Vader, now these guys clones. This is becoming a more viable early farm than it has been for a long time in this game. I still am on the Jabba train, which gets you to Luke rather than Anakin, but your gas team, by the way, I have a giant gas hole here. I have a giant gas hole. My gas has no Zetas. My Rex has no Zetas. My other 3 guys are Gear 12 with no Zetas. This team is not working for me yet. It is a good offensive team to have on your side in Grand Arena. It is a gateway. He is a gateway character for Ahsoka and Lord Vader, and really you kind of get some combos in there with the farms lists that go with Jedi Master Kenobi as well. This is the Galactic Republic side of things. And I'll tell you what, we are going deep for these videos today. This is an old video of me using gas to beat Jedi Master Kenobi with no Commander Ahsoka. With Commander Ahsoka, you can't do it. But this is my old account. Gas here, taking out Jedi Master Kenobi. It's not just that. He can handle the Tuskens for you every time. I don't have gas ready to go on my roster, as you've seen already. And every time I struggle against Tuskens, somebody just goes, just use gas, it's easy. I know it's easy. But you know who I don't have? A gas. I have a gas hole. I'm just saying, it exists. It's a thing. You've got it. I've got it. We all have gas holes. Now, some people have filled their gas holes, and some people are still working to fill their gas holes. But the gas holes are there. You know, gas holes are like opinions. Everybody's got one. It may be filled. It may not be. Fill your gas hole. I hate these guys. I hate these guys. This Omicron up here on Tusken Raider makes this team an absolute menace in Grand Arena. 3v3 Tuskens with the Omicron on Tusken Raider is one of the really tricky teams to put on the back wall of your Grand Arena defense. You're just gonna find holds happening with this team. The earlier you get this team, and I will back up a little bit. This is one of the teams that actually doesn't lead a lot of places, although I think you need a I get it mixed up. Aurora and Tusken Raider, one is needed for Lord Vader, one's needed for Jabba. We told you to farm Jabba, so you could put this team together early on with those two. There's also a Tusken bundle out there, and if you get that Omicron, you put these guys out there in 3v3 defense, they can really make your opponent sweat. This one took me down to like the last absolute second. What are we at here? 47 seconds. I'm still trying to find a way to kill him with the Darth Sidious Cron, and that Darth Sidious Cron is no joke, but I just could put it together because you got to kill both these guys at the exact same time or it doesn't work. If you don't have 3v3 Tuskens on your roster yet, go get them. Now let's come back around to another Proving Grounds character, Queen Amidala here. And I'm not sure she's available. She's not quite available in Proving Grounds yet, but she will be at some point. And I'm sure you guys will be watching this video for years to come. So Queen Amidala, you grab her in Conquest, you grab her in Proving Grounds. You've already farmed these Poncho Bros on your roster, right? You've already got Master Qui-Gon and Padawan Obi-Wan. They slide right into a Queen Amidala team. And what we got here is my pal, the Gerbil. Now, this was back during the Plo Koon Datacron days, so just keep that in mind. This isn't a normal Padme team, but this is my pal, the Gerbil, trying to get through a Queen Amidala team on 3v3 defense and having a whale of a time doing it. She was still pretty new at the time, and we found, like, Balin Skull really handles her pretty well. But Queen Amidala, with the Poncho Bros, really creates some problems for your opponent in Grand Arena, and she does good work in other game modes as well. You know, right now, she's still used in the raid, the Naboo raid. She does amazing things in the Naboo raid. You can use her in Conquest. Padawan Obi-Wan comes with an Omicron. Because you have farmed Padawan Obi-Wan and Master Qui-Gon as instructed for their assault battle, you might as well go start working on Queen Amidala in those Conquest and Proving Ground nodes to really make that team come alive for you in other game modes and fully come alive for you with the what's it called? The Handmaiden decoy. Lots of fun, great team. Go get it and make it happen. Now, lest we forget ships, we've got the Leviathan out there. I really believe that once you hit 4 million galactic power, you got to start timing out what's happening as you see Darth Malgus and the Fury class Interceptor come onto your roster, or on their way to your roster. They're about 6 months out. Time it out, figure out when you're 6 months away from those guys, and start working on your Sith ships for Leviathan. And this is me unlocking Leviathan. Now, I don't know by the time we get to this, by the time you're watching this, maybe we'll have another capital ship in the game, but Leviathan has been at the top of the capital ship food chain for about 2 years now. It is a great ship. It is a capital ship that you cannot farm in the early game. It is a capital ship that requires you to have Darth Malgus and Fury Class Interceptor, who are both Proving Grounds characters. So as you look at your roster and you get about 6 months out for them, 20 shards per or 40 shards per if you're buying the Conquest Pass, as you get close to 6 months away from unlocking those two, Darth Malgus and Fury Class Interceptor, you should be sharding your Sith ships to make sure you're ready for Leviathan when that happens. Your Sith Empire, get all that stuff ready. Leviathan is, we've already farmed Executor early on in the game. Executor is your first big farm to get yourself moving in Fleet Arena. Leviathan replaces Executor later in the game. And yeah, I know, maybe you're watching this 6 months down the road and we got another ship. Don't know that yet. We have no idea. But Leviathan, its importance on your roster cannot be, measured lightly, cannot be said lowly. It has to be emphasized. Leviathan is super important on that roster. And when you see those guys, Darth Malgus and Fury Class, getting close to unlocked, get to farming your Sith ships and get ready for the Leviathan. And working our way around to a team that actually encompasses several, there's a lot of things going on with this team. You've got unaligned force users, Ufus, Seer Junda, Terran Malicos, another Proving Grounds character that you can start farming at 4 million, Cal Kestis, and then a couple other Ufus. I got Ahsoka Fulcrum, Kylo Ren, and Mass. That's actually the most popular team that's been out there for these guys. And you are looking at Ginger Jesus right here. This is his Grand Arena, and he actually titled this that the Seer and Terran Malicos is busted. This team is another menace to put on defense. It's a great Grand Arena performer, and not only that, Seer and Cal Kestis are two of the parts to go get you Jedi Knight Cal Kestis, who is a lifter for Jedi Master Luke, and Seer and Cal Kestis and Jedi Knight Cal Kestis are the pieces that you use in Rise of the Empire territory battles to get that plan, to get Zepho open for yourself and start making things happen there. So this team, when you put it all together, really makes a lot of different things happen for your roster when you hit 4 million galactic power. In addition to just being a great Grand Arena team, you're opening up other facets of the game. You're farming Jedi Knight Cal. You're getting work done in territory battles for your guild. Lots of important things happening with the Seer Junda, Terran Malicos, Ufu team when you get above 4 million galactic power. And then finally here today, let's talk about Bo-Katan Mandalore. By the way, you can see that I'm working on those Ufus right now that we just looked at. Bo-Katan Mandalore is also on my list, as the next two teams I'm working on are my Seer Junda Terran Malicos team and my Bo-Katan Mandalore team. And this video comes to us from Kinetic. He's out here using his Bo-Katan Mandalore against Jedi Master Kenobi. This team not only can perform for you in Grand Arena as an offensive team, a really good offensive team, and pretty flexible, but this team again opens up Rise of the Empire territory battles. If you're in a guild, because if you're at 4 million, you should be in a guild that's doing Rise of the Empire territory battles, and there's a whole planet, Mandalore, I believe it's Mandalore, right? That Bo-Katan Mandalore is opening up for you. It's not even that difficult of an event or a farm for her. You probably already have Beskar Mando on your roster. You got to get IG-12, Paz Vizsla, and Kelleran Beck, and that's it. Just those 4 characters, get them up to Relic 7, and boom, you're unlocking Bo-Katan Mandalore. Yeah, there's a bunch of Kyrotex involved, but she's really important for your roster in Grand Arena and for your guild to open up that Mandalore planet for you guys to do some great stuff for your guild. There she is beating Jedi Master Kenobi. And there we have it. Those are the 10 probably pus. I don't know. We could even throw in some extras there. Like I wrote them down here. What did we mention? Raid teams. I think it's really important for you as a player to be farming teams for whatever raid is going on in the game right now. At the moment, it's the Naboo raid coming up soon, the Order 66 raid for you guys. You need to make sure at over 4 million galactic power that you are farming teams and characters that fit into the current raid. I'm guessing Gas will be there for you guys. Probably not this team. That was out there for Naboo raid. So there'll be teams that fit into the current raid, whatever that raid is and whenever you're watching this. And when you're at 4 million galactic power, your guild's going to want to perform in that raid. So make that part of your farming as well. And let me say this. I am not saying that the moment you hit 4 million galactic power, all of these teams need to be prioritized above everything else in the game. With light speed bundles now, with everything that's happening in this game, with all the different directions, it's really difficult to manage your roster, and everybody's roster is in a slightly different place at 4 million Galactic Power. I do believe Leviathan is a big, important farm for you guys until we get another capital ship, because that is daily crystals for you. But the rest of these, you know, feel out your roster, see where you're sitting. Can you buy some extra Darth Bane shards, or you have to get them fully from Proving Grounds? That can matter for you as well. I love Darth Bane a lot. I love all these teams a lot. Take a look at your roster, see where you're sitting. How would these teams benefit you? How long will it take you to get those teams? Plan out your farming 6 months in advance, and you'll be good as gold in Star Wars Galaxy of Heroes. And there you have it, 10 plus 1 or 2 teams that if you hit 4 million Galactic Power, you should be thinking about and working on your roster in Star Wars Galaxy of Heroes. I do hope everybody has a great day. I will talk to you very soon, and always remember, Nooch too good.